He went on to work for several corporations before starting his own boutique PR agency, where he provided services to iconic brands and high-profile individuals, such as the Governor of Connecticut, Daniel P. Malloy, and the Kennedy Shackle family. Over dinner, Dwain described the dehumanizing impact unemployment was having on him over time. His stories cut to my core. Without hesitation, my advice that night was, "You need to write about this. You can help people." I truly believed a book like this could help millions learn how to avoid or at least reduce some of the psychological trauma associated with joblessness, which is right up there with the trauma of losing a loved one or divorce. I knew firsthand the hopelessness and anxiety that goes with unemployment. There were weeks I couldn't muster the energy to look for a job. It was the most frustrating, difficult, and debilitating time of my life. As my husband and I sat listening to Dwain, I realized how long I had put my life, my friendships, and my sense of self-worth on hold. I had closed myself off from the world, not even knowing what had happened to one of my best friends. He was now in the same boat I had been in, and I felt like I was drowning all over again, just thinking about his struggle. His marriage, his family, his friends, his whole sense of being had been turned inside out, and I knew exactly how he was feeling because I had gone through it too. I shut myself off to the world and my family. I was flailing and searching for answers to how to deal with my emotional state and how to simply go about landing a job. He talked about the loss of identity and the messiness of being unemployed. He was articulate about his feelings and what he was doing to regain and maintain his spirit. I thought, where was he when I was unemployed? Like him, I hated being that little speck, that tiny, tiny tip of the needle, so small, and thinking no one, absolutely not a soul, knows I'm out here. Dwain has finally written our story, perhaps your story, and a loved one's story, because that one word, unemployed, affects us all. This is an outstanding book that speaks about the real world today, what happened in the past, and how there are plenty of brighter tomorrows that lie ahead. It's also entertaining and practical to the core. It beautifully captures his thoughts, advice, and inspirations surrounding his journey into the abyss of unemployment and the inner struggle waged when you can't find a job. Whether deconstructing the business of becoming gainfully employed or offering advice and commentary from colorful characters along the way, from everyday people to experts, celebrities, and business leaders from a wide range of industries, he talks about how to survive this sometime modern apocalypse and even thrive. From life-altering identity crises, he shows us how to keep our head even if our world is seemingly crumbling down on every level. This story is for those who never thought they would be unemployed, who shouldn't be, and how not to feel alone when you essentially are. You will come to realize that being unemployed has its value too. I am better on television today than I ever would have been if I hadn't lost my job. As a person, as a mother, as a wife, and as a professional, the best thing that ever happened to me was being unemployed. You only discover that after passing through it. Unemployment shows you what you're made of. You are starting all over again, and that's just the way it goes. And if you have children, you are showing them the measure of a man or a woman, that you have the guts to start over and do whatever it takes to make it back, whether that means landing a new job, changing careers, retiring, or perhaps starting your own business. What do you have to offer? That's what everyone in this new economy has to figure out. That's what I asked of Dwain when he had nothing, and he has taken us on a fascinating journey of self-discovery and redefined what solid means to me today. Reset, How to Beat the Job Loss Blues and Get Ready for Your Next Act, soars to the heavens. I applaud Dwain for his work and his desire to help all of us see how bright our future can be. Mika Brzezinski, co-host of MSNBC's Morning Joe and best-selling author of Knowing Your Value. Introduction. Layoff. If you haven't experienced one,